Are we now addicted to outrage, or have we become so used to bad news that we now prefer it even when it's not true? Hi, Chizzy. How's your energy? Let's talk. Funny thing is, my energy is supposed to be raging. But you know what? Let's talk it out. Have you ever heard a story so wild, so enraging that you thought to yourself, wait, are we still a sovereign nation or someone's backyard? Because that's exactly how Nigerians felt when the news broke out that a Chinese man allegedly ordered the shooting of a Nigerian immigration officer over work permit check. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, who does that, right? The news was everywhere. The internet was on fire. The government was furious. Headlines were everywhere. But what if I told you the truth wasn't what it seemed? Today, let's unpack this bizarre, emotional, and untimely sobering story, not just of one incident, but of a bigger issue: foreign influence, national pride, and how stories can spiral out of control before we even know the facts. Anyways, welcome back to Cheese's Energy Uncovered. I studied sociology and I have decided to uncover stories. Now, if you have gotten to this point in the video, you are definitely family. Please hit the like button, kindly subscribe, and don't forget to leave your comments down the comment section. Now, let's get right into the story. So it was just another weekday in Mina, Niger State. Officers of the Nigerian Immigration Service were on routine patrol, checking on foreign nationals, making sure their work permits were valid, papers in order, and just, their regular standard stuff. And, they arrived at a Chinese owned company, not a rare site anymore, as Chinese businesses have become deeply embedded across Nigeria in sectors from construction to mining and all of that stuff. But what happened next would spark a national outrage. Here is what the report said. A Nigerian immigration officer asked a Chinese expatriate, some questions about his documents, his work permit, just the regular thing an immigration officer would ask for, you know. And then instead of the Chinese man to cooperate and respond normally and, answer his questions or give him what he's requesting and stuff like that, the guy, that's the Chinese guy, allegedly ordered his security personnel to shoot the immigration officer, like to shoot him right there. Let that one sink first because I know this story is going to overwhelm you. A foreigner in our country telling someone to shoot a government official for doing his job. This doesn't even make any sense to me. But anyways, the immigration officer was rushed to the hospital. He was injured, but he was still alive. They rushed him to the hospital, and social media, it exploded. You see, in a country where people often feel like their own government doesn't protect them, this type of news hit a nerve, like deep. Are we slaves in our own land? Is Nigeria for sale? Like, people were angry, and rightly so. They were supposed to be mad. Nobody's gonna hear this type of news and feel like, oh, let's relax. Like, it feels like it's a threat. It's even a threat. I mean, it's all form of basketballs. It's giving war. It's giving let's come out and fight. That kind of thing. Because it's so outrageous. It doesn't even make any sense. It would overwhelm you the very moment you hear it, and you'd spark at this news, like you'd spark at the mention of this news. You get it? So it's like everybody was rightly supposed to be mad, supposed to be angry, and then came the official reactions. The Minister of Interior, by the name
That
Olubumi Tunji
alone
Ojo,
is an attack
he
on
didn't
our
mince his
Nigeria.
words. He literally
It
said,
will never
never
happen.
again will a foreigner
It will
attack a
never
Nigerian
happen.
officer and go free. That was strong, righteous, and very necessary, right? The media doubled down. Blogs, newspapers, radios, YouTube channels, everybody was pointing fingers, calling for justice. Some were even calling for diplomatic retaliation. Like, it literally felt like the beginning of a serious international scandal. But then came the twist. As days passed, the heat did not just burn online, it reached the top. Investigations began, CCTV footage, witness statements, forensic analysis, and all of that stuff. And guess what? The same minister who had earlier raised the fire and brimstone, he had to walk it back. He announced that the Chinese businessman had nothing to do with any shootings, like he did not order any shooting. The immigration officer had been struck by a stray bullet. fired during their scuffle or security situation, and no direct link to the expatriate was found. Not even a single direct link. Imagine the silence. People were confused. So many people were angry, and not just at the Chinese businessman now, but at the government. Others accused the minister of trying to cover the truth, trying to hide what really happened and stuff like that. Many just logged off quietly and didn't say anything. But what really happened here? I want to know. How do you even believe this in the first place? Like, can this kind of thing really just happen like randomly like that? Is it possible? Like people just became so angry, they didn't even verify. Everybody's running mad, saying this, saying that. The media is exploding and stuff like that. Like, can this story even be real? Can't you guys start from there? Like, is this even real? This is not just a story about a bullet and a man. This is about trust. This is about the relationship between Nigeria and foreign investors, especially the Chinese. It's about our institutions and how quickly we react under pressure, how the public consumes information, and most importantly, it's about how one incomplete story can shake the emotions of millions of people. We live in a time when breaking news breaks faster than facts. Yes, there are valid reasons about how foreign nationals behave on Nigerian soil. Yes, some companies treat our people unfairly. And yes, national pride is not something we should trade for loans and investments. But we also have to ask, are we being told the truth or just what will trend? And the media plays a huge role in all of this. When the news first broke, it was like throwing fuel at an already burning fire. Nobody waited for confirmation. The headline said, Chinese man orders shooting. Full stop. It's like the truth was playing catch up with the narrative. And unfortunately, this happens all the time. We remember the lies more than the corrections. Maybe it's time we start asking more questions from our leaders, from the press, even from ourselves. Like, we need to be sure of something. We need to know. Like, Nigerians, I've said this before, Nigerians are not informed. Like, they don't get to you get the information they really need. They don't make their researches. They don't do anything. It's just WhatsApp, Facebook, and they move. They don't be researching, making good research to know in depthly what is really happening or what is really going on. Now, if you think the Chinese businessman story was a one off, let me take you back to another case that shook Nigerians. But this time, it was us against us. This one happened in Edo State. Rumors were flying around on social media that Northerners were planning an attack on the Edo people, or they were caught smuggling weapons into the state. There was no official confirmation, no facts, just voice notes and forwarded messages from WhatsApp. Especially, you see WhatsApp and Facebook, these two apps. When they send you that broadcast like this, or even on Facebook now, I feel like because of the whole revenue coming out from there, everybody just wants to post anything. They don't care. They just want to drop it there, provided it trends, provided it goes viral. They don't care if it's authentic, if it's a real thing they're posting, if it's fake news or not. They just want to post it there, provided it gets the views and the traction they want. They're good. And I don't think that makes sense. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, you don't be posting anything knowing fully well that our parents these days, like, all they know is Facebook and they believe everything they see there. Everything on Facebook is real. This Edo one now, like, nothing literally happened. This was all fake. I wanted to talk about this whole Edo thingy, that the whole Northerners planning an attack and the whole smuggling and everything that happened. I literally, even a bus burning, and there was one that they burnt a bus of people or Northerners or Edo people. I don't know, man. And I researched it. I'm like, there was like Polish reports that none of this is true. The picture of the bus that was seen was an old accident. It was an accident scene from an old picture of an accident scene that happened before. And then this person just brought it out and made it into a news. And it's like, yes, this is the Edo people, or this is the Northerners planning this, or they did this to us, we did that to them. Like, it was all just not something that happened. And I'm like, what is going on? We can't just sit there, receive a voice note or receive a WhatsApp forwarded message and conclude that, yes, this is what has happened. I mean, the Gen Zs or the youths or whatever, we can even try. But you see, the mothers and our fathers, they believe everything they see online. They will come and show you, and you'll be like, Mom, this is not real. Sometimes the broadcast will say, I beg, tell your people, make them stay inside. Oh, these people, they plan something. I beg, go no work today. Oh, everybody's indoors. There's a coffee. Within hours, markets were shut down. Tensions rose. Like everybody had to start saving themselves, like running away and, causing an unnecessary panic and unnecessary chaos. People started profiling outside men on the streets. The vigilantes, they took it upon themselves to stop every truck and every bike that had a northerner in it. And, some of them were even harassed, all because of a rumor. And here's the plot twist again. The Edo government released a statement saying that there was nothing of such. There was no planned attack, no discovered weapons. It was all false. A misunderstanding amplified, multiplied, and weaponized by fear. So what happens to the market people that closed their work, say, no work to do? What happened to the people who have gone through the trauma of the panic? And most importantly, what happens to the people that were harassed? The northerners that did not do anything that everybody was coming for. Like, all for rumor, all because we are so quick to react. We react faster than we listen. We react faster than we want to even, understand the message being passed. We react faster than we check what is going on. It's supposed to be the other way around. Check it, then react. But no, we don't even check it. We just see it and we see one message or the other, and everybody's angry. Everybody's trying to retaliate. Please, we need to be calming down before war starts again in this Nigeria, please. And me, I don't even have strength. I don't think you also have strength for war. Please, oh, I beg. Like, we need to be calming down. We need to be trying to process our informations properly, do our researches before we retaliate or react. Even before reacting, you go still calm down first. Especially people, let the government come and say something. Sometimes we, the people, we citizens, we need to calm down sometimes and let, the officials, the government, let them go first, let them lead, even though they don't have the best leadership here. But sometimes let's just calm down or make very good research of whatever news you see before retaliating or before sending broadcast and blowing it up, especially the media. Before blowing it up, let's calm down to really understand before throwing it out there. Now that the truth has been revealed and everybody has calmed down, what now happens to the people that were harassed, the trauma, the families that panicked, or even the market people that lost money because, there's no business today, they closed their jobs, they closed their markets because of one rumor or the other? What happens to them? Nobody issued a correction loud enough to reverse the damage. And this is where it actually hits harder. You see, in a country that is already divided by tribe, religion, region, and struggles, misinformation is a bomb. And it doesn't need truth to explode. It just needs fear. Like, that's all. Misinformation is like a real serious bomb. And it's not like as if it will hear the truth and it will now explode. No, it's not even the truth that explodes this misinformation. It's the fear. Once people start to panic, they start to throw it. They start to throw the bombs. Like, they start to set fire everywhere, literally. And for every time we react first before verifying, we become a part of the problem. We create enemies where there were none. We amplify fear and we reinforce stereotypes. The same way we were quick to say Chinese man ordered shooting and, Edo people or Northerners are planning a war, are planning an attack. Now, it's the same way back in the days. What began the Biafra war was the whole misconception. Major Chukwumakaduna Nzeogo was misunderstood. And that misunderstanding caused the Nigerian Civil War. This is a very huge, great example of what I'm talking about today. Like, we get to hear these things, we don't confirm, and we react. We react first. And for every time we react first before verifying, we become a problem. We become part of the problem. We create enemies where there were none. It's just like how the outsiders created enemies with the Igbos back in the days and started fighting the Igbos, killing the Igbos for nothing, for a rumor, for a misconception, for a misunderstanding, for a misinformation, for a perception that never really, really, really was there. Never was there at all, right? They thought Nzeogo was planning, for the Igbos to take over, for the Igbos to rule, for, the Igbos, Kiniko, they thought it was an Igbo agenda. Meanwhile, nothing like that. The guy had a very good plan for the country. Misinformation can really be a serious bomb and doesn't need the truth to explode. It just needs fear. It needs a feeling of threat. It needs that feeling of, oh, you want to come for me, then I'm coming for you. You see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Please, we need to be calming down, like I said earlier. Like, we can't be creating another war. Because this thing would have turned into something you cannot even understand anymore, or something you cannot explain. Imagine, as they thought the Chinese man ordered the shooting, somebody now immediately ordered the shooting of the Chinese man. Like, they now kill the Chinese man. Then Chinese people will now come to retaliate. The Nigeria, and who is ready to fight all those type of things? You would better be coming down. Me, I don't have strength to. Like, who is ready to fight that type of war? Nobody is ready to fight that type of war, right? Because we don't even stand a chance with the Chinese people. Get your facts right. Make sure what you are hearing has been confirmed before retaliating, so you don't cause bigger problems that even you cannot solve anymore. Or even your government, the people supposed to protect you, cannot solve it. So, my people, I ask again, are we now addicted to outrage? Or have we become so used to bad news that we prefer it even when it's not true? You see, in this age of information, ignorance is no longer just not knowing, it's refusing to check. Before you forward that voice note, before you rage about that headline, before you threaten someone in the comments, pause and ask, where is this coming from? What if it's false? Because if we don't learn to think for ourselves, someone will always be thinking for us, and not always with our best interest in mind. You see all these stories, and I'm sure there are so many other stories like this, so many false news that has caused so much damage. The one in Mina, the one in Edo, and the one that happened in 1967 during the Biafra War. They are not just news. They are warnings. They show how quickly lies can travel and how much damage they can do. But they also show us something else: our power. Our power to demand the truth, our power to stay calm in chaos, and our power to choose facts over fear. This story was messy, emotional, and controversial, but it also taught us something important: the cost of rushing into conclusions, the weight of information in this digital age, and the need for a system that values both accountability and accuracy. So, the next time something sounds too outrageous, too perfect, or too triggering to be true, just remember, it might be. Let's not keep getting played by panic. Let's think, let's verify, and let's protect each other. And not from bombs and bullets, but also from bad and false information. Because today is the Chinese businessman. Tomorrow it could be you, it could be me, it could be anyone caught up in a storm of a story that got too loud too quick. So, as we keep demanding justice, let's also demand truth. This is Chizzy's Energy, where we strip the drama and bring you the raw story. Honest, reflective, and real. We go beyond the headlines to the heart of the story. If this story got you thinking, please leave a comment. Have you ever been misjudged because of a false report? Or do you think the government just covered this whole story up? Let's talk in the comment section. Let's chat. Please like, comment, and share this video if you believe Nigeria deserves better, and not just from our leaders, from all of us, like we the Nigerians, we the citizens. And don't forget to subscribe to Chizzy's Energy Uncovered. Until next time, don't forget, stay loud, stay aware, and stay questioning. Bye, guys.